And a very happy Sunday and a happy Father's Day to you folks here on SpeedGaming 3, and welcome to the Metroid Prime Randomizer 2 Community Weekly Race. Almost said 2021 tournament. We haven't gotten there yet. But this is the weekly race. We got odd settings today, so landing site start, no random elevators. I'm Captain MD, and today I'm joined by Quizbull. How you doing today?
Hello, doing well. How about yourself?
Hanging in there. Just about to set the runners off here.
Yep, it's a good day to play some rando. I hope that we have some good artifact locations today, and let's see. Hopefully, there's no two trolley locations.
Yeah, last week was not too crazy. Besides Phazon Suit and MQA, because there's always progression in MQA. What else is new?
Of course.
And it looks like everything is all good to go. On our end, we have set the runners off. They'll catch up in about 20 seconds or so. Nice thing about race time integration to live split is now you can see the 15-second charge up time.
Yeah, that's an excellent feature they added to live split. I've been taking advantage of it recently. It's pretty neat, so we'll be able to see when that thing is just about to get started.
Indeed. Now we will see our runners most likely both immediately start doing SJF. Now Reed has been is just returning to the public scene here on the Prime Weeklies after a couple of months, but has been out for a while. So we are anxious to see his return, and we'll see how both runners do today.
Here we go. Good luck and have fun to our runners.
All right, first order of business, the all too familiar SJF strat.
Yep, that's right. Just lock on to that little icon there, dash to the right, and all of a sudden you're on a platform you're not supposed to be until about a quarter of the way through the game.
And it's one of the really weird things to be stuck over there, an artifact.
Yeah, I don't think the runners are going to be too disappointed with one artifact, except for the fact that now we have to go all the way down into Chozo Ruins before we have any progression.
Yeah, typically you want to see either Morph Ball or missiles as your alcove item, just because that gets you another item in Talon, if not artifact hints.
Yeah, but now it's time for the long walk.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this was an odd week, and so we don't have to worry about this elevator taking us somewhere other than the Chozo Ruins.
Ooh, and Morph Ball locks Various Suit today as it's just chilling under the ship.
All right, as if the runners didn't already have enough incentive to come back here for artifact hints later. That'll be another thing they'll want to pick up.
What else we got out there? Was that another suit on the grapple ledge?
Oh, that was a little tough to see as it flashed by. See if I can catch on the restream.
It definitely was a unique item.
Regardless, our runners are going to be able to see that, and so they'll know whether or not they need to come back there as soon as they have space jump boots.
Space jump boots, grapple beam, take your pick.
Yeah, but usually you can get space jump boots early enough. That's going to be the thing that locks it, not the grapple. But
fair enough.
See on Reed's side, yeah, that looks like a ball.
It is a ball upgrade.
It's either Morph Ball or I think Morph Ball is the one that's a little bit bigger than the Boost Ball.
Indeed.
Oh, Gollop triggers the fight.
Looks like Reed's trying to get a good look at what is up there on grapple ledge, and yeah, that is definitely a ball upgrade. Can't see what's in. Okay, that's missiles in the half pipe, and what is on vault ledge? Looks like more missiles. Well, Reed's got a couple of minutes, more like about a minute to catch up here, as Gollop must now deal with a mecha containing loads of bees.
Not the bees!
And they're the ramming kind, too. The worst kind.
That's right. Yeah, this is kind of supposed to be the tutorial fight that teaches you how to use that radar at the top left corner and use your lock-on and all that.
Although Reed taking a little bit of extra caution against the Scarabs here. Scarabs the most deadly enemy in the Chozo Ruins, as pretty much every single one that hits you deals damage, and there's like 80 of them. Strangely much less if you're in Morph Ball, which we don't have yet.
Yeah, especially when you're going through these tunnels with just the no E-tanks to your name, you're definitely want to get into Morph Ball just to get through those tunnels.
Reed is attempting the scan dash skip here.
Oh, he
and
triggers as
the fight.
well.
But only missiles means we have to now backtrack all the way to Artifact Temple, because that's going to be our next progression item, since I don't think we have Point of No Return visible items on. Oh, there's an item here, too, in Gallery. And there's Space Jump.
Yep. And since we think that that's the Morph Ball over there on the ledge there, back in the main gallery, I think that's going to open up the Rune Shrine.
That is a visor upgrade, I believe, there in Ruined Nursery, and it is thermal.
Interesting. So that's probably a good scan for Golb to make at that point, because you don't actually need thermal for any particular reason other than to make things easier, but it's good to know when the game expects you to have it in your possession so you know whether or not certain things are in logic.
Indeed.
Alright, Golb going to be abusing those space jump boots here to get all these items here in the main plaza.
Yeah, nice thing about main plaza logic is that it does only space jumpers need to get pretty much everything except the tree item. Excuse me a moment.
Alright, so Golb is going to go ahead back to the landing site at this point, kind of bypassing the Rune Shrine where the Morph Ball is in vanilla, so maybe thinking to come back to that one a little bit later, perhaps with Wave Beam, so that they can check out the Sun Chamber. Not the Sun Chamber, Tower of Light.
Yeah, Tower of Light and Tower Chamber.
Yes, Tower of Light, aka Tower of Missiles. But...
Indeed. Although we had one case where it was Tower of Wavebuster about a month ago.
Oh, vanilla.
It was vanilla. I want to say it was a little over a month ago. How time flies when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Golb's going down to the transport tunnel here. Oh, probably going to do this double jump here to check the upper part of this root cave.
Yeah, normally needs X-ray visor and grapple beam along with space jump, but no sign of either. We can just do a convenient scan dash because Metroid Prime physics are broken. No sideways speed cap.
Indeed.
So we've got missiles, morph ball, and space jump and Varia suit. What does that doesn't give us a huge amount. It gives us access to, I think this actually does give us access to Lava Lake, if memory serves. Oh no, Golb just got tossed down. Yeah, Talon Overworld creatures are rude regardless of what they are.
Yeah, with Varia, I think you can probably... let's see, you do need grapple, excuse me. You do need grapple to get through the back way of Magmoor Caverns, so... once we find that pretty soon, it'll just be the front side of Magmoor that we'll be able to get to.
Looks like that is an energy tank in Ruined Shrine, and Reed is electing to just go ahead and grab it, and somehow jumped over the fight trigger. Okay, there it goes.
Yep, caught it on the way back.
I was not aware you can just jump over it with space jump.
Yeah, normally we do a scan dash to get over that trigger, but if you... The nice thing about there's a practice hack that you can take a look. You can actually see where all these triggers are, so if you practice it enough, you can find all sorts of different ways to get over these triggers.
Fascinating. I think my next endeavor for Randomizer is testing out Echo's Bingo, because as I understand it, that's now in a usable stage. Still in a work in progress, but in a usable state. Ooh, bombs
Ooh.
in Frigate Crash Site. That's a weird spot for them. That means, correct me if I'm wrong, but logically that's locked out by Gravity Suit.
I think so. There may be. I'm not sure if the logic will allow the grapple beam only to be allowed to use this. So yeah, with Morphball bombs being here, that's a very early game item that you want to pick up. So gravity is nearby. I hope.
Yeah, safe bet it's got to be probably back in Chozo, if not in Artifact Temple.
And I'll tell you what, I'm very thankful that the gravity suit was showing up very well, because this fusion varia needs to go away as quickly as possible.
Ah, the good old Fusion Varia. You thought Fusion Varia was good. I can't wait to see everybody's reaction to Dread Varia when we get there.
Oh yes, that announcement, very exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure that the majority of you folks here watching have heard of the good news. And if you haven't, well, we'll tell you anyway. Metroid 5 got announced last week.
Yep, looks like they're going to be relying on some of the physics and mechanics that came out of that Metroid Samus Returns that was released for the 3DS a couple of years ago. So, very exciting developments for Metroid. They didn't have any news about Metroid Prime 4, unfortunately, but they still mentioned that it is something that they're working on, so at least there's that hope.
Better than nothing. And we've got a vanilla artifact here in the temple. Not the vanilla artifact, but hey, we'll take it. So we're only looking for 4 artifacts already.
Yeah, that's a really interesting. And there's 4. See if Gulp stops down to scan or to look at what was scanned.
Typically, if runners don't check them immediately, they'll check once good chunks of the world start opening up. Right now, it's pretty obvious where to go next, and that is to go and with bombs in tow. Granted, you can go to Transport Tunnel B and do some stuff in Magmore now because we've got bombs and all, but it's still out of logic. I would start to suspect Magmore with this equipment, however.
Of course, we just with us speculating that gravity is nearby, and the fact that we just saw the thermal visor in I can't remember which room that is, but it's
Ruined Nursery.
Yeah, Ruined Nursery. So we might be looking at a crashed frigate potential here.
That is true. The only 2 things keeping us out of that are Wave and Ice Beam.
That's right. So,
assuming we find gravity in a timely manner here. And it does look like Gollop is going back towards either to Magmore or to take another stab at this root cave dash.
it looks good.
Ooh.
Oh, just off the front lip. Of the
Too far.
platform.
And it looks like Gollop is electing to go to Magmore.
Alright, meanwhile, Reed heading over to Artifact Temple. We're gonna see if he elects to read those hints. Showing frustration at this being the longest room to load in the game.
Pretty much the longest room to load in the entire trilogy, if memory serves. Corruption's doesn't have brilliant loading times, but even they're not as bad as Artifact Temple. Oh, we're seeing artifact hints right on up front. So we've got Gravity Chamber as the first one. So that's either Grapple Plasma locked or... oh, there's Spider Ball. In Fiery Shores.
Yeah, it's always fun when we get these hints that lead to a room that has 2 distinct... Oh!
Ooh, careful there, Gollop.
Yeah. Definitely going to take that guaranteed 20 energy drop from the... oh, okay, guess not.
Alright, so we've got Gravity Chamber, Ice Ruins East. That is either locked by Spider Ball or Plasma Beam.
Are these all hints going to be 2 item rooms?
Maybe. There's what rooms do we have for that category? There's Research Lab A there, but then they're both free. Fiery Shores is technically 2 rooms. Oh, Reflecting Pool. Oh, Magma Pool. I thought it was. That's right, because Reflecting Pool doesn't have an item. All right, Magma Pool is blocked by Grapple and Varia.
You can cheese it with the gravity, I believe.
You can cheese it with gravity. It's a little tough, but yes, you can.
Yeah, and I don't think that's part of the logic.
And we also need an Arbor Chamber is the last one. So a lot of potential Plasma Beam lock checks here.
And that's interesting. That could indicate that Plasma could be our go mode item and could be pretty far down in the sea. Golp's got to be careful here. Down to 21 energy.
Yeah, Golp did... Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Golp is going without the energy tank that Reed picked up in Ruined Shrine, so is going with significantly less defense. So yeah, Gravity Chamber, Arbor Chamber, Magma Pool, and Ice Ruins East. Yeah, those aren't too bad. It really just depends on where Plasma Beam is at this point. And Grapple Beam's like needed 2 or 3 times over.
There's our first Power Bomb expansion.
Actually, of the 4 remaining artifacts we were given, literally only one of them does not definitely have a Grapple Beam requirement. Because Gravity Chamber might need Grapple Beam, Arbor Chamber needs Grapple Beam, and Ice Ruins East doesn't need Grapple, but Magma Pool does. So, yeah, 3 out of those 4. 3 out of those.
I'd be coming across. Sorry.
No, it's all right. All right, Reed has elected to return to Chozo. Yeah, Golp is actually kind of taking a bit of a gamble heading all the way to, Oh! We found Boost Ball! It's locked by Plasma Beam!
Surprise, surprise.
You know, I would actually now very highly start to suspect Plasma isn't Chozo.
Yeah, now if you're Gollop, you're kind of already all the way down here, so probably going to go ahead and start taking a look in Ice Ruins East. We'll probably find that artifact, whether it's Spider Ball locked or Plasma Beam locked.
That is true. They did pick up Spider Ball in Fiery Shores, so if the artifact is in the tower, they can just go ahead and grab it. If Plasma Beam's in the tower, that's even more hilarious.
Oh, it looks like Gollop's brushing the canyon.
Ooh, this is not a bad play. Canyon can be done, I think, with just Space Jump.
And I like that save. I wonder if Gollop's thinking about, taking a death immediately afterward if it turns out there's nothing here in the canyon.
Yeah, Reed's having a little bit of trouble making this jump for Morph Ball here.
I could not see what that was in the canyon. But apparently it was enough for Gollop to want to nope out of here. Or, nope. I am mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't unfortunately see what it was either.
Oh, just kidding. Gollop's leaving.
Reed might not be familiar with the Space Jump to Morph Balls routine in here.
Yeah. Looks like Reed is trying to find some standable terrain over here. One interesting thing about Metroid Prime is if it looks standable, it probably is standable, so...
In most cases.
Yeah.
Also, Golub literally cannot touch another creature. Okay, now he can touch another creature once, but that's about it.
And
now he definitely can't touch another creature. Yeah, please get that energy tank. Thank you.
All right, but the artifact does mean the artifact is behind the ice, and so plasma locked indeed.
Okay. I'm done being terrified today, thank you. Metroid Dread hasn't come out yet. Chat's thinking it was a white-colored item. It might have been like Ice Spreader or something. Which, Ice Spreader is nice for final bosses, but it's not required.
Yeah. I think that might have been an E-tank up there in that tower, so nothing that they'll need to come back for.
Yeah, and with this, actually, without Wave Beam, this dive ends here, actually, so Gollop is only walking away out of this area with just an energy tank for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, Plasma has suddenly assumed incredible importance in this seed, being needed for Arbor Chamber and Ice Rune's East. That's the one.
Yeah.
It looks like
if the boost ball's required as well, we got that as well.
Indeed. It looks like Reed's trying to L jump to the morph ball. I think, in my experience, I've seen runners do R jumps instead to try and bend the jump and increase the horizontal speed. Ooh,
yeah.
Well, we found Wave.
Yeah, typically for this jump, what I like to do is make it's kind of like an R jump, just turn to the right, so that kind of carries a little bit of momentum, and then it also kind of gets your feet on the first possible piece of standable terrain that's available there.
Yeah, Reed almost had it on that L jump, but still a little bit too short.
Yeah, you can see his screen kind of pause, his viewfinder kind of pause there a moment as he hits the standable terrain, but then immediately falls off.
Looks like Reed's going to try and get a bit more height elsewhere. Unfortunately, just not finding it. Alright, Gollop has turned back towards Triclops pit here. A couple of items up for grabs in this neighborhood. First of which is another missile.
Yep, we're going to pass on that.
Now, I don't remember if Reed went back to Frigate Crash Site to see the... Actually, Reed couldn't have gone back to Frigate Crash Site. No bombs. No Morph Ball, rather. Ooh,
Yeah.
Reed trying to do a scan dash there, but not enough. That's not going to get enough vertical height. And there's Plasma in Storage Cavern.
All right, so now in Gobb's position, are you immediately turning around and heading back to Phendrana for that boost ball and the artifact that you know that's back there, or are you gonna try pushing a little bit further into Magmore and maybe head back into Chozo?
You know, I think you go get boost ball first, just because of the speed advantage that gives you.
Yeah,
But
makes sense
we'll
to
see.
me.
And it does look like they are turning around.
Yeah, and also with that boost ball puts that warrior shrine into logic, and so Galt may elect to check that.
Yeah, I think right now the major question mark is where's Grapple Beam and Gravity Suit? Because we know Grapple Beam is at least needed for one artifact, and we know that Gravity or Grapple is going to be needed for bombs in Frigate Crash Site. But with this equipment, the entirety of the Tower of Light neighborhood becomes accessible. Which we have not seen anything else in Ruined Shrine either. We haven't seen the two other items there. So that's a 4-item dive if you go back to Chozo after picking up Boost Ball. But we're not looking for a whole lot for Go Mode here. We're looking for Grapple Beam, Phazon Suit, and Ice Beam at the moment.
Yeah.
Ooh, Reed's still not
very
getting the
close.
horizontal distance.
Yeah, he was paused there for a few seconds. I'm wondering if he was just looking up a tutorial on how exactly to get on that standable terrain. That's perfectly allowed under race conditions.
I do believe with this equipment, Golub can also now clear out Chozo Ice Temple and Chapel of the Elders.
That's right. There is the statue with the icicle that you can melt to activate that. So, and you can reverse out of that where you would normally get the wave beam in the vanilla playthrough.
Ice Ruins West is now also in play, courtesy of that plasma beam. So we might see some interest in that direction later, and that is definitely missiles up there in the lighthouse.
Okay, so we won't have to worry about getting our super missile to open that up.
Where was Wave? Wave was in Warrior Shrine. Actually, I'm trying to think. Was Warrior Shrine? Warrior Shrine is locked by
Boost.
locked by Boost. So, and Boost was Plasma locked, and Plasma was in Magmore.
You could have got so the plasma was over in the Triclops pit, or actually the storage was cave.
Storage cavern B, yeah.
Or,
storage cavern, not storage cave. Sorry.
Yeah. It's fun. It's funny. These room names are very similar. There's a storage cave and there's a storage cavern, and then they're like opposite sides of the map. But regardless, that was available with just the morph ball. So by logic, you go there, get the plasma, come back and get the boost ball to go back into Magmore to pick up that wave beam.
Yeah, I'm just trying to double check and see if that required bombs or not.
You would require bombs to get through the transport tunnel into Phendrana.
Okay.
So unless there was some, now you can get to Phendrana without bombs, kind of going the back way.
Through Thardis, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough logic trip.
To answer a question in chat, all of the items in Main Plaza are in logic with only space jump. The only exception is the item in the tree.
Yes, you'll obviously need the super missiles for that.
What the thing that, as we said earlier, that Reed's trying to get Morph Ball, but instead of what Reed is doing is L jumping to the Morph Ball instead of R jumping. What R jumping does is it tilts Samus sideways, but preserves her direction for the most part, which increases her horizontal speed because there's no sideways speed cap in Prime.
Yes, sideways speed cap abuse being the key thing that allows our scan dashes to work.
Alright, Golub going to retrieve artifact number 3 out of Ice Ruins East.
Alright, now Golub's finally going to be looking at the artifacts, trying to confirm where they need to go.
Yeah, they're actually going to be probably pretty happy with this overall artifact set, given that they already have Plasma Beam, and Wave Beam, and Various Suit, and a Power Bomb. So they're actually probably going to be pretty happy about those artifacts for the most part. And the nice thing is, the more items we find here, the less likely Lower Mines is in play, because Ice Beam can't be in Lower Mines. The only thing that can really be in Lower Mines, now that I really think about it, is Grapple. And even then, you can get away without that if with Gravity Suit, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I will mention, though, that if it does happen to be the Gravity Chamber one that requires the Grapple Beam, that is probably one of the more difficult R jumps to pull off in the game, because it's a combination of a slope jump to the left with an R jump.
Indeed. Yeah, I would say the only thing Lower Mines is probably going to be needed for at this point is Phazon Suit. It's pretty unlikely Grapple's down there. Actually, I think you need Grapple for Lower Mines by logic as well, because I think one of the fungal halls has a Grapple critter in there somewhere.
Yeah, just remembering what happens in the vanilla game is you get the Grapple Beam halfway through the mines, and so like the opening portion doesn't require it.
Yeah, Reed's unfortunately getting very frustrated with this This morph ball jump. And Chad is confirming Fungal Hall A needs Grapple Beam.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only thing that can really be past MQA, as the saying goes, is Phazon Suit. Which means Phazon Suit's probably an MQA.
Yeah. As soon as it has a possibility, it's kind of, just one of those logic things. It's not a Murphy's Law, it's, I don't know, Adam's Law?
Now, Adam's Law is that you're not authorized to use the Vari Suit.
Okay.
Luckily, Plasma Beam does make labs pretty trivial. Although, no way to see the Shadow Pirates without Thermal. You can hit them without Thermal, but their hitbox gets janky.
Just feels so nice to run through here and just being able to polarity everything with one charged plasma shot.
Indeed. The one thing about not having Ice Beam is that Labs doesn't really need it. The only exception would be to cross over to Phendrana.
Yeah, that is interesting to note. So if we get through all the way to the end of this and we don't find the Ice Beam, we're going to find ourselves backtracking all the way through this. I don't remember, did Gollop make a save file before diving? Okay, so we could potentially see a... Yeah.
I want to say their save was after the Ice Ruins, after retrieving Plasma Beam, but before retrieving the Ice Ruins East artifact.
Oh. So it's been a while ago.
It's been a solid 10-ish minutes or so.
Okay. Yeah, because if you're betting on the Ice Beam being in here, you may want to consider taking a safety save right before diving in here, so that if there is absolutely no value here, you can always reset to that point.
Yeah, and the back end of Labs is in play courtesy of Boost Balls, so...
Yeah, despite the fact that we're getting ready to skip it right here with some nice scan dashes.
Yeah, the famous Observatory Dash, quite useful, but not particularly easy.
Yeah, if anyone at home is having a hard time with this one, try tapping the B button as few frames as possible. That's usually the key thing that kind of gets people over the hump.
And what's up top there in Observatory? That looked like an energy tank?
Gonna do an R jump to get across this gap. Very nice.
Ooh, yeah, Reed's trying the scan dash method, but again, I don't think scan dashing gives you enough vertical height for this.
Yeah, I'm not aware of a valid of a scan dash that you're actually able to pull this off with.
And we'd like to welcome the folks coming in from the main SpeedGaming channel. You are joining us in the somewhat early stages of the Metroid Prime Randomizer weekly race. Hasn't been too particularly hectic so far. We've gotten quite a significant number of items. Most of our artifacts are pretty much reachable with a few exceptions, but the artifacts aren't too bad today. We're currently looking for Ice Beam, Phazon Suit, and Grapple Beam. At the absolute minimum.
Yep, Gollop's making their way through the labs here. Unfortunately, Reed has gotten a little bit of walled here, trying to get this morph ball here.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't appear Reed knows the R jump to reach the ledge from the top of the Ruined Shrine passageway. Now, what Gollop just did there upon entering Control Tower is only inched forward and essentially jumped over a fight trigger that doesn't extend upwards infinitely, so you can jump over it if you edge slightly past the door and then into the center of the Control Tower room, and through that you can skip the fight. Chat's also saying Reed can scan dash from the tree.
Okay.
Hi, Edward. Bye, Edward.
There he goes.
Nice pair of items in here in Research Lab Aether. The one up top is an energy tank. The one on the bottom is more missiles.
So last chance for Ice Beam coming here in the research core.
Or as most 10-year-olds like me when they were that old first playing the game called, the start of your nightmare. Because let's be honest, Dark Labs probably scared a lot of kids. Oh, nice beam! Well, ain't that convenient?
That is too convenient.
Well, we found a nice beam. Now we just need to find a grapple beam and a phazon suit.
All right.
We don't necessarily need grapple beam, though. We can potentially cheese it. Although, the major question mark on my mind right now is, where's gravity suit? Because I think we're still running on the assumption that it was logically needed for Frigate Crash Site.
If it was needed for Frigate Crash Site, it does make me concerned that there might be something on the vanilla pathway back to mines. You could easily skip that with a with some good bomb jumps over the gate.
Chat saying gravity suit might be vanilla. Is it possible for gravity suit to be vanilla with maybe.
I suppose we'll find out, because Gollop is probably heading that way now.
Safe bet.
The only thing that might give pause here is if that gravity suit does wind up, or sorry, the artifact itself is where the gravity suit would be, because without gravity suit, the jumps to get out of that chamber are quite difficult.
Indeed, although we have seen on last week's stream excellent examples of gravity chamber without gravity suit. So it is certainly doable, but it looks like Gollop is electing to go to remind me again where this leads to. Workstation. Yeah, that's right. The other workstation elevator leads to PPC.
Mm-hmm.
Getting my weekly sentence mixed up here. Although that elevator is in play courtesy of Ice Beam and Power Bombs. And what is in the workstation today?
Ooh, I didn't quite see.
Well, given that they are not currently pulling out the wave beam, probably, whoop, he's going in circles for a minute.
Alright, yeah, just trying to get the bearings here, and I think we're probably heading over to the plasma processing.
That's a pretty safe location to check at this point. Is there an artifact in labs? No, there is not. The only artifact left in Phendrana is Gravity Chamber. The other two for Gollop are in Magma Pool and Arbor Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
But it does look like Gollop is interested in plasma processing.
See, Gollop is trying to exploit some standable terrain, so normally you need the grapple beam in order to make it to the first ledge here, and so I think this is one of the first sequence breaks I ever learned, way back when this game first came out, is just the standable terrain. There's a nice little stalagmite there that you can stand on. Oh, Gollop's going to give it up. So now, where do we think that Gollop's going? Is Gollop thinking that, oh, maybe I've missed something over in Chozo Ruins?
That is true. We've had access to Lava Lake for some time.
Well, maybe looking to see if we can figure out where that gravity is, trying to get everything back into logic here. I don't know what it is about Golub today, but Golub seems to like getting into that low energy state every time they get into more caverns.
Yeah, no, they have been playing very dangerously today for sure. For anybody just coming in, that energy was at 0-1 at one point.
That's right. Seconds before acquiring their very first energy tank, which we all collectively breathed a sigh of relief when that happened. Okay, so Golub is heading back to Chozo Ruins here.
Yeah, I do think it's more likely at this point that we will find progression in Chozo. Although, then again, finding Ice Beam Research Core was very nice. Although Chad has been informing me that Golub has apparently been responsible for a disastrous Echoes Weekly yesterday, of which I have not yet seen the VOD for, and I am very interested in seeing what the story was. As I was unfortunately away for that. Alright, so this is Golub's first check of Ruined Shrine. Is going to see the energy tank, but probably not pick it up. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Golub was a little low, so it's always good to get the refills, the free refills every time you pick up one of those E-tanks. Saves you from having to do a cutscene or something at a save station.
Out of the way, Beetles.
Coming through. Just some missiles.
Alright, so there wasn't anything too particularly crazy in Ruined Shrine. An extra power bomb is pretty nice, though.
Yeah, the game has a funny way of not giving you power bomb drops whenever you need them. So any extra ones you can pick up are always welcome.
Alright, we're in Tower of Light, and Golub is electing to preview the item via the cutscene.
One of these pillars is still missing a missile. There we go.
One of these things is not like the other.
Tower of missiles confirmed.
Well, still nothing of exceptional note yet. Well, I gotta tell you, for what we thought would be the progression spot, this Chozo is pretty barren.
Yeah, well, there's still the entire second half here. We haven't even made it past Incinerator Drone yet. So
that is true.
There's still lots of value that could potentially be here.
I think Golub is trying to slope jump up to Tower Chamber, but usually the slope to do so is on the right side of the environment.
Yeah, this one takes just a few extra jumps. I mean, the real key here is to try and get out of the water on your first jump and then do the space jump. That's usually the key to getting out of here.
Yeah, this is a particularly tough slope jump. I think I tried to do this when the first time I played Prime, but the first sequence break I actually ended up doing was when I played Trilogy, and it was the control tower skip, because you can still do that in Trilogy.
Wow, that's amazing, because I know they try to get rid of every single potential skip in Trilogy.
Well, the thing about Trilogy is they didn't touch the barriers or the cutscene trigger in that room, so since they didn't touch that, you could still do the skip. Because the main things they did in Trilogy was they did the one bomb and air rule, so you can't triple bomb jump. And they also did the, Tower of Missiles. Mm-hmm. They also did this thing where you can't...
Hey! Reed's got it!
And the birds must now be destroyed.
That's right. Oh, that's got to feel good, though, being able to pull that off.
Yeah, now we're going to see Reed do the rest of Chozo here. I think that's supposed to be a face. Or GG. I'm honestly not sure what Reed tried to write there.
Yeah, I think that was a GG. So I think now humorously enough, Reed is actually going into unexplored territory with this direction here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we know bombs aren't there, so this would be a point of no return if for Zoid.
For Zoid, yeah.
To answer a question, Chad, Reed was having trouble getting the jumps to Morph Ball. Was doing, as you saw earlier, the L jumps to retrieve it instead of the R jumps that we are used to seeing.
Yep. Golf's picking up this thermal visor here, even if they don't particularly need it for logical reasons. It always is going to make the Essence fight just a little bit easier.
Oh yes.
All right, just a missile there.
Oh, Golub just stopped immediately on the roll there, almost tapping to their inner Sonic Genesis there for a second.
All right. Well, the good news for Golub is Golub no longer has to worry about hitting the high mecha trigger because fight's already completed.
Indeed. All right, this item here in Ruined, I think this is Gallery, question mark? Oh no, Water Hall.
Water Hall Access, yeah.
Gallery is the Morph Ball tunnel. But yeah, so far this seed hasn't been too particularly crazy. But Golub interested in Lava Lake, and this is a pretty good check right now. I would actually wager that if not in, like, Dynamo, for example, then that progression would likely be here. Can't see what that is in Watery Hall. Is it missiles?
Are the weekly settings still charge? No, charge beam is given by default. So
yeah, charge beam is starting. Yeah, without bombs, Reed's not going to be able to check. Reed's not going to be able to check.
Dynamo.
Dynamo. That's right. Well, I wouldn't call that exactly progression per se, but that is main power bombs in Lava Lake. Certainly not going to say no to that.
Yep, tripling your power bomb capacity. I will take that.
The only items in the trilogy that glow like Christmas trees, next to Light Beam.
Yeah, I find it funny that the power bomb item pickup is basically just a giant power bomb drop.
That is true, because it has like the sort of cross circuits and everything. I almost mistook it for something else in Elite Research once because I wasn't expecting the cross circuits. I didn't see what was in Rune Fountain, unfortunately. Although if there is something in Ruined Fountain, that can be skipped. That can be done without defeating Flogra easily at this point with Space Jump and Spider Ball.
Yeah, which Reed is still going to have to grab before that opens up. Looks like Reed was thinking about it. Thinking about heading back to the crash or to the landing site.
I think Reed has to go back to landing site now to pick up at least Variasuit to go to Magmore.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that leads Reed also to where the Morph Ball bombs are over at the frigate crash site.
Yeah, he will have to do the underwater slope jump for now to retrieve it. But yeah, it really comes down to where this Phazon suit is, I would say. I don't recall the last if Golub saved after Watery Hall. Actually, no, Golub hasn't been to Watery Hall. They're heading in that direction right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Chad confirming it was missiles in Watery Hall.
Yep. Alright, there's Varia for Reed.
I think one of the biggest buzzkills right now, if it is required, is if super missiles are required for something, or if Phazon is behind super missiles, because right now we've got no intel on super missiles.
Yeah, that's and usually you can get some intel if you manage to pick up the X-ray visor, which of course we have not at this point.
Chat's mentioning progression on Flagra. If I recall correctly, last week there was an artifact on Ghosts. Was it an artifact, or was it... I think it actually... No, it was on Flagra. But,
Well, regardless, you need to get rid of Flagra to get to Ghosts.
But yeah, they had Ghost access courtesy of a... somewhat illogical Ghost access courtesy of... Oh, there's Ice Spreader.
Yep.
A courtesy of Spider Ball. Let's see what's up top here. Oh, gravity.
There's our gravity.
So that was locked by bombs and Spider Ball. So if it's bomb locked, then you are expected to... then you're not expected to have gravity for bombs for Frigate Crash Site. Okay. You learn something new every day. Frigate anybody? Phazon suit and biohazard containment. Let's go.
At this point, I'm going to do a bar skip.
That was a pretty good dynamo, all things considering. You know, convenient exo and gravity suit. That's also going to do Golb some favors in case gravity chamber artifact is underwater. Oh yeah, chat's confirming. Flagra had gravity and Ghost had the artifact.
In the previous seed?
In last week's weekly, yes.
Mm.
The elevators weren't too brilliant either. Like, the two Great Tree elevators and the two Workstation elevators were both linked to each other. So it's like, yeah, a fat lot of good that's going to do.
All right, so Reed has run into to your logic issue here, where Reed needs the bombs in order to get to the Spider Ball. But obviously, Golb was able to get to that by abusing the standability on this puzzle over here. Is that an expected trick, or is that advanced knowledge?
I don't think you're expected to get this without bombs in this logic.
Hmm.
But Golb now retrieving the artifact out of Magma Pool, so that's artifact number 4. Gonna do a quick peek at the training chamber region.
Missiles there. And missiles there.
Training chamber I've only seen be required once, and it was for Phazon suit.
Ugh.
I believe it was the weekly 3 or 4 weeks ago. Ooh, Golb took a bit of a lava bath here, but should be able to wiggle out of this one.
Yeah, there's some escape
Reed,
hatch.
in the meantime, only has like one more try at this. Has to be extremely careful here. I think you're not actually expected to climb on the pipe. I think that actually makes it harder to get the item. I think you're expected to go to the side, but it looks like Reed's got Spider.
Yep, there we go.
Now just has to not take any KOs on the way out.
Yeah, 37 energy, especially when you're about to head into this room here with all of the auto cannons.
Ooh,
really careful.
Golb is thinking about rushing straight for Flagra here.
Oh, that's
interesting.
bold.
Interesting play, considering that the entirety of Phendrana and Frigate is open at this point.
I'm wondering if Golb is just thinking of trying to be as efficient as possible in clearing. He does not want to come back to the Chozo runes at all.
That is true. Chozo is the most dense number of items in the amongst all areas in the game. So it does make sense that they would want to clear the whole place out, because Ghosts is to them in play courtesy of Spider Ball. They can just do the Spider Ball version of Early Wild and fight the Ghost that way. No super missiles or X-ray visor though. Have fun.
Alright, Flagra, everyone's favorite cutscene related boss here.
One of the only few entities in the Metroid series that praises the sun.
I never thought of it that way.
That puffer detonated right in Reed's face. Talk about scary.
Alright. Now that all the bomb slots are activated by doing that first one, all the Golf's going to do is jump over here and try and place a bomb right next to the bomb slot without actually taking care of Flagra first. That's going to bypass the normal required progression of this fight.
Yeah, this can still be a little tricky. This actually did spell and almost spelled another. It spelled one runner's doom and almost spelled the other in the last week's weekly.
Yeah, you got to jump far enough to where you kind of sort of get stuck in the corner there.
Yeah, morphing physics are weird, in which if you're, on a piece of horizontal collision, you will stick to it until the morph is complete, then gravity kicks in. You're essentially like on regular walking physics until then.
Yeah, but it gets complicated by the fact that you take knockback damage and all that.
Alright, Reed has walked out of storage cavern with plasma beam.
Alright, Golf's going for the last slot here. There it is. And if we look very carefully, we'll get a preview of what the item will be as the camera pans around. I didn't see any orange. It was a little hard to see.
Usually when there's not a glow, it's either a visor or a power bomb. Power bombs tend to not glow too much. I don't think Reed has enough power bombs to get past to Lava Lake. Unfortunately, it looks like Reed got stopped due to lack of bombs to reach Lava Lake, so Reed's going to have to go back. So I guess you can do the underwater... You either need to do the underwater slope jump or use grapple beam to get to bombs in this case.
Well, now, hang on a second. The bomb is actually... It's a power bomb can open that grate, right?
A power bomb can open the rocks, yes, but there's two.
No, there's two missile doors behind it, isn't there?
Well, there's two. Are we talking Lava Lake?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the dynamo because that's where Gravity Suit is.
Yes.
Dynamo. So if Reed can pick up a power bomb, then he has logical access to gravity, which then gives you, so that would be the chain.
That's right. There was a power bomb in there was Lava Lake, which is in Logic without bombs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what the game was expecting you to do: grab main power bombs and then go back for gravity for Gravity Suit. Yeah. Unfortunately, without Charge Beam, not Charge Beam, without Super Missiles and X-Ray Visor, this fight sucks. Ooh,
yeah,
Reed just got dunked into lava by those flame jets. Those things hurt. To answer question, chat, yes, you are expected to get Spider before Gravity Suit and Prime. I think that's the last thing you get before Gravity Suit and Prime. Or actually, no. You get Ice Beam and then you go get Gravity. I think it's, yeah, Spider, Ice, then Gravity.
Yeah, which I always thought was very, very mean of the game to make you all the way to Thardus and then backtrack all the way to Chozo Ruins before.
I don't think it's
going all the way back to Thardus.
I don't think it's as bad as. Well, actually, it's about as bad as going from Canyon back to Alco for Space Jump. Alright, so... Flogger ended up being a dud. Unfortunately.
Yeah, so it looks like Golf is just going to continue clearing through the Chozo Ruins here.
To this point, we have not seen Zoid.
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting that if Zoid's holding like our Phazon suit or something?
I'm pretty sure Zoid's holding Phazon suit at this... I would laugh if Zoid is holding Phazon suit at this point.
Well, we're getting closer and closer, so we'll get a chance to see whether or not we get to laugh at it or not. Just some missiles up here at the top of the gathering hall.
I mean, we already had a pretty good, pretty solid laugh out of Research Corps, so... Research Corps, for those wondering, it's vanilla thermal visor. And here is Zoid, otherwise known as the Incinerator Droid.
Yeah,
Incinerator Drone, not Droid.
Yeah.
Getting names mixed up again.
We nickname it Zoid because of the programmer who seems to love randomness and programmed this thing to randomly expose its weak point, frustrating speedrunners everywhere.
Alrighty. So yeah, now we're basically just waiting for Zoid to pop its head out.
Yep.
Although I have seen Zoid be responsible for a couple of deaths after pinning people in the pinning people to the wall. Because if Zoid's flamethrowers stop in the wrong spot, you can get pinned real hard.
Yeah, and like we were saying, typically Zoid's one of the earlier checks you do, so you may only have one or no E-tanks at this point, so definitely the concern for runners from time to time.
Reed may or may not have briefly scared the audience again.
And the survey says, missile.
Alright, so... Reed has come out of Magmor with Spider and Varia, is now going to head back to Chozo. Is not heading to Frigate Crash Site. Did they pick up the power bomb? I can't remember. Oh no, they did not pick up the power bomb.
I don't think so.
Because they couldn't enter Lava Lake from the front. I'm trying to think of... Yeah, the intended progression chain was to take Varia and morph down to Lava Lake.
Reed was. Jump. Yeah, Reed was on the opposite side of Lava Lake. So, if that's what Reed's thinking about, then he is going in the right direction. He just needs to go around to this backside. Probably go through Hive Mecha and take that elevator. And if that's what Reed's thinking, then that'll actually be the right order for Reed.
Meanwhile, Scarabs being Scarabs as always. Nothing but another missile tank in lower furnace.
See if we can figure out what's here in upper furnace. Another one of these wonderful eye tests here. It looks missile-y to me.
It looked missile-y to me as well. Alright, Reed's now going for thermal. Alright, what's up there in Crossway? Another missile?
Another one of these superless, X-rayless ghost fights.
At the very least, it's only one.
Yeah. Plus, between shots, Gollop is jumping up here to activate this cutscene.
Yeah, trying to do an overlap here to get multiple cutscenes at once. Get the shorter one to play second.
I don't think that was quite enough. You get two chances at this, so you can do this cutscene as one, and the other one you can do is a cutscene associated with activating one of those bomb slots that they just activated.
To answer a question in chat, Gollop did check Morph Tunnel and Gallery, but it was only something useless.
Yeah, it was a missile, I believe.
Alright, Reed is heading in the direction of Lava Lake, so we'll be picking up main power bombs in a second. Gollop selected to open up the wave path first and open up the force field, which will unfortunately change the layer of this room to have the triple ghost fight later. Hopefully the next time Gollop's back here, they'll have either super missiles or X-ray.
Well, I think that's part of the routing that Gollop is going for here. I don't think they don't wanna have to come back through this, so that's why we're clearing everything out as we go through.
That is a good call.
Yeah, with ice and plasma, we can get everything we need.
Yeah, in absolute worst case scenario, I would wager Gollop would try to bar skip around Great Tree.
Yeah.
And incoming disappointment from Reed in probably 3 seconds.
There it is.
Alright. What's this place called again? Hall of the did not have any answer. Oh, Reed's going to take the power bombs and go back through Lava Lake.
Gollop still has one more opportunity here. There's the Elder Chamber that's opened up by the plasma slot.
Yeah, there's also Antechamber, Vanilla Ice Beam.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's going to pretty much be it for Chozo. Save for the main plaza tree.
Yeah, and then Gollop's going to have a decision to make. Either go through the crashed frigate, or take the other elevator and come around the backside and do bar skip to head into mines.
Given this equipment, I suspect frigate. Just because of how early thermal gravity and gravity were. Granted, wave and ice were a little late to the bandwagon, but even still, whenever I see a relatively early gravity, I immediately suspect frigate.
Mm-hmm. This is a nice little slope jump off of these stone toads here to avoid having to use your boost ball. Just a missile. All right, and we're heading in the direction of the front of the crashed frigate.
All right, we'll see how that plays out.
Meanwhile, Reed is setting up for the scan dash to get over to Warrior Shrine.
Yeah, this is going to be for boost.
No, the wave beam is back there.
Wave beam, but that's right, wave beam. I was thinking boost because of the spinners.
Yeah, he needs boost.
All right, frigate crash site itself, or I should say, overgrown cavern is just a missile tank. Gollop electing to not go to frigate is instead going to go to the other gray tree elevator.
Okay, looking to do some bar skip.
Yeah, with this equipment, it's not too crazy today. All right. So yeah, we've actually kind of really slowed down in the last 20-ish minutes or so since we picked up Ice Beam and Gravity. We're just looking for that dreaded Phazon suit, as the saying goes.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is every location is a valid location for the Phazon suit except for one. So we have to be really, really efficient in our clears. This is interesting what Reed's doing here. Reed's trying to get a valid scan dash point, and so he's using the charge beam to drag some of these pickups around the room to put it in a advantageous position.
Are they going to stay on the field long enough for him to... I was about to say, yeah, they just disappeared, so...
I credit the ingenuity of that. I thought that, that's...
It looks like Gollop's next stop is the Life Grove neighborhood. Plenty of items to check here.
Let's see. Yeah, the puffer. Yeah, there's the good scan dash point there.
Nicely done. That's going to be Reed's wave beam.
E-tank here in the Life Grove tunnel.
To answer a question, chat, yes, Life Grove does not need X-ray. You can R-jump off of the small rock structure in the center of the room to reach the egg. To reach the exit that way.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to, you could also go the long way around and initiate the fight with the ghosts.
So... Reed may have made a bit of a mistake here.
Yeah,
Reed went down Warrior Shrine without bombs.
That's a tough one.
And I do not know when Reed's last save was. I don't remember if he saved at landing site after Morph Ball. I assume he saved at least once since. We'll tell by the in-game time. 57. Okay, yeah, he saved very recent. Oh, we must have saved right after or before Lava Lake.
Okay, that's fortunate. So we're going to be able to... Yeah, it looks like maybe this is the Magmore Cavern save right after Flagra.
Okay, so yeah, Reed hasn't lost a tremendous... Reed hasn't really lost... the only thing Reed lost was Wave Beam and main power bombs, I think.
Yeah, which you'll be able to pick right back up.
And meanwhile, the only thing Gollop found out of Life Grove was Wave Buster.
And here we go, bar skip.
Yeah, this is tough to do. Oh, did Golf grab Wavebuster? Maybe he didn't grab it, but
saw
probably
it,
not.
but, yeah, there's not a lot of uses for it.
I was about to say, if Golub did grab it, we're probably not going to find out because there's really not a good use of it. Yeah, you really have to not only get up high enough for the bars, but you need enough horizontal momentum to get past the top two.
Yeah, there is just enough height if you place those bombs perfectly. And now with Boost Ball, you can actually charge a boost, and if you are just teetering on the edge of heading over or coming back, you can use kind of a tiny little boost to knock yourself the rest of the way over.
I know there's something similar you can do in Echoes in Hall of Eyes, in Temple Grounds, where you can essentially skip having to go all the way around the hall to reach the Amber Door to Torvis, but the Crystal Switch requires like a precise Morph Ball screw attack. It requires something eerily specific with a boost. But we saw it once in the tournament.
Yeah, and the camera's not helping either. You can see that pretty much every time Golub tries to do it, the camera's at a slightly different angle, which really messes up your control stick inputs. Oh, that one was pretty close.
Yeah. Looks like Golub's thinking about trying to integrate the boost now.
Oh, that was on the edge.
I bet you a boost there would have done the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that this trick and going over the ruins door in Chozo to Flagra is not possible in Trilogy. They like increase the walls on that one.
Yeah, they only had to increase it a few pixels.
And Chad is also confirming Golub did not actually pick up the Wave Buster. And on that, I do not blame them. I mean, it's nice, but it's not that useful. It's mostly good against Wave Troopers, if anything. Fortunately, bar skip giving Golub a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, now this is like a really awkward camera angle too. Usually when the camera starts to do that to me, I like to roll out a little bit and then try and reset the camera a little bit.
Now, how often do you use rollout before it misses? Wait, wrong series.
I'd like to say it's usually not very effective. And then I wind up hurting myself in confusion. Oh, we keep getting like right there on the edge. I mean, another thing about this particular trick here is that the timing of the two bombs is you want that one in the air. There it is!
Like that?
Just like that. Perfect. Perfect example. Thank you, Golub, for for giving me the perfect timing on that explanation.
All right, then. Next stop is Frigate. We're going to backdoor it.
Yeah, now without super missiles, I wonder if Golub is just going to check this one here and then leave, because if you go back toward to biohazard containment, I think you can peek it if you get the perfect angle.
Well, now
never mind.
They can check it, so
never mind. Now you do go to biohazard containment.
Well, ain't that convenient?
I love it when a plan comes together. I've done that before, where it's like, I'm just going to check this first item, and then it turns out to be super missiles. Like, well, I guess I'm going to biohazard containment now.
That was essentially my first, 45 minutes of the Echoes Weekly last week. Not this past Saturday, last week, where I got bombs, decided to go back to early Aegon, and in doing so, ended up with Light Suit, and Secret Missiles were in Feeding Pit. And I had literally a Luigi's Mansion style grin on my face when I found that. Unfortunately, though, I was way too late to Annihilator Beam. Among other things. Oh! That's an
Wow.
interesting spot for X-Ray.
Okay. Ooh, and Reed's gonna need to be careful down to 20 energy.
Yeah, there's a couple of crates and puffers here to get some drops. Of which all have not cooperated.
Yeah, that's the drop system here in Prime 1. It does not care anything about your current status. It does not take into account how much health you do or do not have. It'll just drop whatever it wants.
This is why Echoes has a better drop system, folks. Usually. It's really tough to say how Corruption's drop system is. Corruption's drop system, I think, is just about as good, actually. If anything, it's a little excessive sometimes with health. Especially when you're in hyper mode.
Well, just a missile there in the freight elevator.
Okay, so gravity was... Oh, dear.
6 energy. Reed.
Well, we've got more scariness going on today.
Understandably, Reed is treading very, very lightly now. Those cheeseburgers are not going to drop any energy.
Nope. Oh, now the worst thing that can happen is he gets sniped by a jumping bug here.
I like this strategy of hanging out by the door and retreating.
Unfortunately, there's really no good way to...
Of course.
Nice drops.
There we go. There's a tenor.
I don't think that's going to do us that much good.
Yeah, it's just going to allow Reed to glance at the jetpack troopers in the next room before they snipe him.
Yeah, no, those flying pirates are a disaster waiting to happen.
Now, I think... Well, now, it looked like Reed was kind of thinking about heading up to the top of this, but I don't.
The problem is a fall now would basically equal death.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, yeah, there were some crates back in this room. I think that's what Reed's looking for.
Alright, well, with these items in tow... It looks like I'm selecting to return to Talon, or return to Frigate Crash Site. From there, what is the play from there? That pirate has really lousy aim, by the way.
Well, don't they all?
I mean, fair, but they strangely dislike theft.
It's interesting. I was thinking Gollop might have been a fan, might have done like the reverse frigate climb to get back into Arbor Chamber and then go into mines that way. But I'm wondering what Gollop's thinking. Something a little different here.
That actually might be what Gollop is doing, is Arbor Chamber. Now that I think about it...
I meant Great Tree Hall, but...
Oh.
Speaking of Arbor Chamber, yeah, we do need to go there eventually.
Yeah, we need to go there, and we need to go there, and Gollop still has to go back to Gravity Chamber and what was the other one? Arbor Chamber, Gravity Chamber. They got Magma Pool.
Mm-hmm.
They got Ice Ruins East. I think they have 4 artifacts, actually. Yeah, because they got Ice Ruins East and They had 2 artifacts beforehand, so then they got Ice Runes East and Magma Pool, so that's their 4th. But it looks like Gobb's waiting for Grapple Beam before doing Arbor Chamber.
Yeah, I think Gobb's probably just reading into that super missile that perhaps it's locking something down. It's unfortunate. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Gobb didn't have the X-ray visor while passing through Research Lab Hydra just to be able to cross that off the list of potential locations.
Artifact 2, the Chambers of Secrets.
Yes. There we go. 3rd time's the charm on that scan dash over there. Armed with the X-ray visor, we can see exactly where these platforms are, making ascension really easy here.
I'm gonna laugh if it's not.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm gonna laugh if Phazon Suit was chilling right here this whole time.
Yeah, that'd be about on par for this game.
It would. All right, Reed, meanwhile, is watching out for... that is not the gate that has the item. I think the purple one is, yeah, and that is an energy tank, which I'm sure Reed would really like right now.
Oh, I think Reed has forgotten what needs to be shot to be charged here.
Yeah, you have to hit the energy conduits first. And Gollop not even bothering with the spider track, just taking the lava bath.
That's right.
That is what happens when you have had enough with this seed.
Yeah. I can imagine both our runners are pretty frustrated at this point. I mean, Gollop is still basically on a Phazon Suit hunt.
Oh, weird collision there. You know, Prime Collision is good about standing stuff, not so good about getting above stuff. You know, you would think the gravity suit would actually make lava damage a non-issue because that's how it does in every other game, but...
Yeah, that's an interesting design choice.
Yeah, I think this is actually the only game where gravity suit doesn't protect you from lava. Unless Metroid 1 had the same problem, but I don't remember much about Metroid 1.
Well, there wasn't a gravity suit in Metroid 1.
Oh, was there not? I thought there was.
Just a Various suit. Which, interestingly, was a mistranslated barrier.
Fascinating. I don't know. I like Various Suit better.
Yeah, it's become, kind of an iconic phrase in the series.
Especially after Other M.
All right, Gollop is now heading back towards the gravity chamber. We haven't seen any of the items back here either, so maybe Phazon Suit could be chilling in this area too.
Oh, I'm gonna laugh if it's in the other gravity chamber check. Although we were joined briefly in the chat by RoboScout, who mentioned that they did not find gravity suit in their run.
Oh, now we've got to explain your Varia quip on the Other M. So, in Other M, you have the Various suits, and you are not authorized to use it. And so there is a portion of the game where you run through a superheated room with your Various suit off because Adam didn't tell you that you were allowed to use it.
And only chooses to activate it when you're escaping a volcanic lava eruption. Thanks, Adam. Luckily, I don't think that's going to be an issue in Dread. Even though Adam is technically present because of the whole computer shenanigans. They did confirm in the Treehouse interview that Adam, the computer, is still going to be there. Makes sense. So yeah, that's what led to that being a meme.
Yeah.
In fact, it's a joke.
The passive-aggressive Samus.
It's a joke hint in Echo's Rando too. Adam has not yet authorized the use of this hint.
All right, well, while we were explaining that, Gollop actually did go ahead and pick up that artifact. It was in the vanilla gravity location, so we didn't have to worry about skipping the grapple beam location.
Unfortunately,
just a missile.
Unfortunately, Reed just tried to get too far from Phendrana without Ice Beam. That will unfortunately be no good. I'm actually trying to... Oh, okay, Reed stopped for a split second. Reed did just save after reaching the elevator here, so Reed now has another much more recent save under his belt. Oh boy, I forgot about this climb.
Phendrana's edge here. Yeah, you want to wedge yourself in this little tree branch.
Yeah, the game will eject you out like that. And you're supposed to jump to the floating platform.
Well, you can go either, so you just need to kind of, once the game ejects you out, you can kind of slope jump off of the branch. Yeah, there's a pretty precise jump that you can do from next to that door to get to this branch. The way I usually do it is the way Gollop's doing it here is you just get up on that bridge and you jump across.
Yeah, certainly tricks and tricky jumps especially have been a struggle point for both runners today. They have both been pressing through though, to be to their credit.
Nope, don't go up. You're right the first time getting that tree branch.
The last artifact for Gollop, actually, I think that was Artifact 6. Because, yeah, they got Magma Pool earlier. So, yeah, they have all 6.
There we go, we're up.
Because, yeah, the artifacts were Artifact Temple, Alcove, Ice Ruins East, Arbor Chamber, Gravity Chamber, Magma Pool.
Okay, nope, just a missile there.
Alright, next up is Security Cave. This also needs Grapple Beam, which now just makes me really wonder where Grapple's chilling at.
Well, we've had access to the front part of mines for a while now. Oh, just an energy tank.
I would get that, considering how much energy you lost to that lava spa service back in Magmore. That wasn't just a lava bath, that was spa service.
Talk about hot rocks. I think there's one more item. It's the, what is it, the Frost Cave, I believe it's called, where you've got the Metroid
yes.
Just chilling out here.
We are joined by another raid from the folks on SpeedGaming 2. Welcome to the Metroid Prime Randomizer Weekly Community Race. We're currently on a Phazon hunt here, folks. We have, Gollop has all 6 artifacts. Reed is currently trudging through Magmore, looking for bombs right now, is his main halting point.
Yeah, unfortunately for Reed, his bombs are chilling over in the frigate crash site, which are gravity locked, which means Reed's going to need to make his way over to Dynamo with the main power bombs that he's picked up to break open the shell there.
Yeah, Gravity is in Upper Dynamo, but Spider Ball was chilling in Fiery Shores, which does not need Or, remind me, somebody with better logic knowledge remind me again. Is Fire Shores doable without bombs? Sorry, Prime 1's not my logic area of expertise, unfortunately.
I want to say that it is permissible, because otherwise, well, a trick needs to be required somewhere. Either the trick is you get the Fiery Shores item without the bombs, or you get the item in Frigate Crash site without gravity.
In chat is confirming just space jump is enough.
Okay.
So yeah, the game expects you to use space jump for space jump to get Spider Ball, then go back to Chozo to go to Upper Dynamo for Gravity Suit, then go get bombs in Frigate Crash Site. Have fun!
Mm-hmm. Well, I can understand all this item placement here makes the seed very, very spicy.
Gollop has chosen to remain in Phendrana. I'm not sure if they're thinking about going to Workstation.
Yeah, my guess is actually Gollop is trying to get the exit. Yeah, over here by Thardus, which will give them easy access over to the PPC.
Yeah, PPC sounds like a good place to be right about now, because Mines is pretty dense at the moment with this equipment.
Nope, we're going to check Thardus here. Now, this could be the Quarantine Cave right behind Thardus, or Gollop could be committing to going ahead and taking care of the rock monster.
Ooh, this wouldn't be too bad, courtesy of Thermal Visor and Plasma Beam, but looks like they missed the dash. The cutscene trigger's in a weird spot. There it goes.
It's always nice being able to use charged plasma on this guy. You can see how quickly the rock sections are going down.
Yeah, Thardus is actually programmed to be weak to Plasma Beam. It does deal extra damage.
Not sure why. You're never supposed to have Plasma Beam for this boss.
I think that was sort of a developer failsafe, just in case, if you shot Thardus with Plasma Beam and there wasn't coding for it, the game would just throw a hissy fit and crash. So it was sort of a failsafe to make sure that the game would still function.
Yeah, I remember this was one of my favorite things to do as a kid, is sequence break all the way to phazon processing, or plasma processing. You have the phazon beam, and then come here to Thardus and kill him with the plasma beam. So I'm glad I get the chance to relive that here now with Randomizer.
Indeed. Although, as I understand it, in discussion during development, there were initially going to be two rock monsters, one for Magmor and one for Phendrana. They ended up scrapping the Magmor one, but they would bring back this concept in Prime Hunters. There's a creature in the ice planet Arctera and the lava planet Alinos, I think is the one, where there's a fire and ice variant of the same monster.
Interesting. So I suppose that the Magmor variant you would probably want to use Ice Beam on. Nice snipe there.
Indeed. Yeah, normally bombs are enough to expose the weak point, because for whatever reason the thermal detection phase is extremely vulnerable to bombs. Alright, Reed's now finished up with Tower of Missiles. Now, one power bomb when the lightning starts would be a quick kill for the fight, but it looks like Gollop's not interested.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Gobb's powerbomb situation. They may be out.
I thought they had 5 after the second powerbomb they launched earlier was. I don't remember. We'll have to check after they morph. It's not like the fight is that much more difficult either way, so...
Yep, just a couple more plasma shots. There we go.
Yeah, I don't remember the names of the hunter's creatures that the ice fire thing's based off of. I just know that was a thing. Tink.
Dunk.
Aww. Where is this Phazon suit?
Yeah, hate to say it, but I think Golf is starting to come to the conclusion that we may have come to here. I think Mines is going to be our answer.
I think Mines is our answer too, especially after the beams. Especially after Ice Beam. If you find Ice and Wave within short proximity of each other, that's another reason I would suspect Mines. Yeah, I was suspecting Frigate because of the early Gravity and Ice, Gravity, Ice, and Wave, but after everything, after all beams, you definitely start thinking Mines. That's a very funny trick shot there for that save station. I love it. It's convenient more so than anything.
Okay, good. Reed's turning around. So Reed was on his way over to Zoid, and I was kind of mentally screaming at him, no, don't.
Yeah, right now Reed needs to go to Dynamo and pick up Gravity Suit.
And that is the direction he's going.
And yeah, Golub still has quite a significant number of power bombs remaining. Nice lack of bomb... Oh, wait, that one.
Yeah, one of them is guaranteed.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that? No bomb drops. Granted, they have... Okay, also, nice power bomb detection game. Sheesh.
Yeah, but for Golf, one of those little crawlers is programmed to drop a power bomb every single time. So.
All right, that's Ice Spreader for Reed, and now he's gonna go and get that Gravity Suit, and not sure how he's gonna process this. Golub is going to check PCA real quick. Phazon could totally be in here. It's not, but it could have totally been in there.
Yeah.
It was a vanilla E-Tank, though.
Well, the other thing here is, because we haven't laid eyes on that grapple beam, we got to keep in mind what is and is out of logic based off of that grapple beam's location. If Golub never finds the grapple beam, then locations in early mines become valid places for Phazon's suit to be. But if Golub does manage to pull the grapple beam out of here, then there's a lot more things that can open up.
Yeah, that was a missile tank in PPC, so no luck there.
Oh, no, you need the big one, Golub. There we go.
Sorry, bombs only work against Brimstone. Actually, no, wait. Oh yeah, bombs are Brimstone.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, super
no,
missiles.
Bombs are sandstone. Missiles are cordite. Missiles are whatever I said before.
Yeah. And cordite is the super missiles. And Spendesium is the material that the power bombs open.
Telluric alloy, that's the one. Thank you, thank you, chat. I think telluric alloy is Echoes.
Well, telluric, Talon,
Makes sense. Oh,
there's our grapple beam.
okay. Take your pick. Anywhere in mines, besides phase on mining tunnel.
Well, not only that, and I'm sure this is weighing on Gobb's mind as well. That quarantine monitor that they were unable to get to from that scan dash.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure that the mentality here is I'm already in mines. Let's go ahead and take care of the checks that are in here.
Oh, Reed's doing Zoid. And I do not know if he saved after
Oh,
picking up Gravity Suit. Yeah, this will result in a soft lock. But
yeah, and
chat
he's
is saying he saved.
okay. So this may have been a strategic. I just need to figure out what's down here, type of thing.
Yeah, we know it's nothing, so this will be a perfectly usable save scum. Thanks, Zoid. We're just trying to get out of the tunnel. Gulp almost didn't get up the wall there. Running up a wall with a bomb is not actually won't do you that much good in underwater.
Nice scan dash to get over there.
Indeed. I like how as long as you don't cross this one spot in quarry, these pirates are all just chilling. Same in storage, not storage, or processing.
Yeah. Peg grade's not high enough to react to the hunter.
Yeah, what is pay in the Prime universe?
I don't know. I think it's those crystals that were down in Magmore Caverns.
Maybe.
All right, just a missile up there in the quarry area, so we get to keep searching through. And that's the reset there from Reed.
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Security
Early
access A.
mine.
Right in mine's front, right in mine's foyer. That does put Gollop in go mode at 146.
Okay, so now we need to make the long trip back to the ship.
Yeah, it's not too bad at this point because you can just walk through quarry, go back up Great Tree since you bar skipped, and you'll be back at the ship before you know it.
Yep. Yeah, but that just kind of goes to show you that every time that you think that you can get out of the seed without going into mines, there's always just that one item. Because technically, you didn't actually need the grapple beam for that.
No, you didn't. You could have gone away without it. Just funny that it was that later down in the seed. Alright, Reed is now on the way back to Talon. I assume this is a play for Frigate Crash Site.
And if it is, Reed will be very happy to finally see those bombs.
Indeed. Alrighty. Reed is going to be coming up on bombs and going to be very, very annoyed, I wager.
Yeah, probably feels bad because this is, a location that Reed has gone by probably 2 or 3 times already in the siege, just without the gravity suit. So,
Well,
frustrating.
the early morph ball kerfuffle didn't help, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, the logic chain initially for this was a little confusing too, because at first I thought maybe you didn't need gravity specifically to get this, but turns out, as we'd mentioned before, that the logic was get Space Jump, Morph Ball, and Varia, go down to Lava Lake, get Power Bombs, get Spider Ball and Fiery Shores, go to Dynamo, and get Gravity there.
All right, 149 for the ship save. Kind of funny our runners are actually doing a high five at this point.
Yeah. Simultaneous ship saves. Gotta say, I noticed chat's been taking full advantage of those new animated emotes. They are really quite nice.
Well, speaking of things that are pretty animated, look, it's Ridley.
Oh no, it's you again.
Oh, hey, it's you. Yep, just a few plasma shots here in the first phase to whittle them down. And then we got a couple of flybys, and then we have a nice little advantage here called the Boost Ball. Boost Ball does 50,000 damage per frame that it hits a valid target. And guess what's a valid target in this fight?
This flying pterodactyl.
Yep, Ridley's chest is weak to Boost Ball.
Now, if only the cannonball was in this game.
Well, I suspect it will probably work the same because it is an HP gate.
Fair.
You can see, yep, one boost in there and the wings start to burn off. Now we're on to phase 2.
Good start with the RNG.
Very good start. Alright, here come the charges.
And we got another raid coming from the folks here at SpeedGaming Espanol. Welcome, folks. You are joining us as we're starting to wind down here this Metroid Prime Randomizer weekly community race. Been a bit of a hunt for Phazon suit today, but we've just only semi-recently solved the mystery.
Yep, and the seed giving back to Golb, that was only one charge, that entire Ridley fight.
That was fairly solid. It's not often you get that good RNG in a Ridley fight.
Mm-hmm.
See you in Corruption.
Twice.
Which, by the way, does have a randomizer. Wait, chat's saying Ridley is actually not RNG based. Interesting. That I am just learning today. But yeah, on the subject of Corruption Randomizer, if you do want to learn about all 3 of the Prime Randomizers, we do have the Discord in chat for you. And as we're winding things down here, we do invite you to follow both of our runners, Gollop and Reed Whaley, who have put on a great show for you here on this Sunday afternoon. Once again, happy Father's Day, folks.
Alright, Golb going around this room. Hopefully Jack and Jill, our 2 favorite fission Metroids, don't give them too much of a trouble.
Gollop not electing to take the fast way up, just electing to play it safe. this is one fall you don't want to take. We already broke enough crowns as it is.
Let's see. Yep, there they are. Yeah, with a full stock of 8 power bombs, I wouldn't. Yeah, stopping down to of course, one of them manages to dodge it.
Yeah, Jill did not come tumbling after in this case.
Looks like we're gonna be able to make it to the door. Oh no! All right, just roll through. Just roll through.
All right, Reed is now in Phendrana. Right now, the only two things Reed's looking for is Ice Beam and Phazon Suit, one of which we know is here in Phendrana. To answer the question, chat, this seed ice is needed for basically Prime and doors.
Yeah, the door you needed to get through specifically was to Gravity Chamber. It was locked up by that, and then. I guess you wouldn't need it to get to Phazon because those were wave doors.
Security access A. But yeah, no, ice wasn't too big of a crutch today. The real crutch was the logical crutch was bombs.
Yeah.
But other than that, the seed wasn't too crazy from a progression standpoint.
So moving on to phase 2 of the Prime fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, the regrettable walk all the way over to mines for Phazon Suit otherwise. But yeah, other than that, the items weren't like too crazy. Super missiles and frigate were pretty funny though.
Yeah, but getting back to the Prime fight over here, phase 2, so there's a guaranteed power phase, wave phase, and ice phase in this site. So we already saw power, and now we're on the wave, so we know that ice will be next. Galp will be able to take care of that really easily with that ice spreader they picked up.
Yeah, Wavebuster is kind of nice in this fight, but not unless you have a large number of missiles. Yeah, chat points out actually that because X-Ray is needed for the Artifact and Arbor Chamber, the Biohazard Containment was required.
Alright, phase 3 on the Prime fight. We get one phase for each beam. Golf shooting some super missiles to try and shut down this power phase as quickly as possible, seeing if we can get a snipe here on the turnaround.
Unfortunately, Reed learning that you cannot cheese these sandstone blocks in on the way to Chapel of the Elders with a power bomb.
Yep, Dolph showing off that if you manage to hit Metroid Prime Exo with a beam right before they change colors, you can actually do the damage to the next phase. You can see you pretty much skipped the entire plasma phase on this segment here by using an ice spreader. Unfortunately, wave phase is the last phase. That's the one that's most annoying. First of all, wave beam does probably the least amount of damage of all of your beams, and then that attack there messes up your targeting computer.
Oh yes.
But we're on to the last chamber where everything is completely random. Exo will change weaknesses on a dime.
Do that
charge relentlessly. So definitely got to keep you on the toes.
Yeah, Golub did get a full charge plasma in on time though, which thankfully does do 100 damage, which is half of a phase. Because if I'm not mistaken, each phase is 200 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For perspective, a super missile does 180, and a charged plasma does 100. think Ice Spreader is like 200, 250, something along that line. I'm not familiar with Ice Spreader's damage tables.
Yeah, well, I know that the Ice Spreader will instantly end one phase, so it's got to be at least 200.
Yeah, as chat's mentioning, Exo's code for this fight is actually a giant mess. It's like Exo specifically, you can see, if you like look in the code, it's like, yikes, what is this? Yeah, the rest of the game is much more neatly packed.
Unfortunately, Golf is out of missiles, so unfortunately we're not able to end this with an Ice Spreader.
Ouch, got utterly roasted by those ice blasts.
Yeah, just trying to get those last few ice shots in there to finish this off. You can see there's just a little sliver of health left. Oh, plasma. It should do it. There it is. Oh, we got hit by the frozen bear right at the end.
Insert your "I was frozen today" joke.
All right, will Gallop be treating us to some music today? Oh, we are getting the music.
I actually believe that's been fixed in 2.6.
Ah, okay. You can tell how much I've been paying attention. Alright, so Essence has laid the first phase on pool, so what we're going to see Galb do here is try and shoot Essence here with such a cadence here to interrupt its attacks. So you can see there, it's trying to prevent it from doing its next attack and move it forward in the cycle. So the idea being that Essence has, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 attacks that it's going to do. And if you interrupt each one, then it'll lay the next pool that much quicker.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gollop delayed a few attacks a little too long, so it wasn't quite at the point in the attack cycle that they wanted. But the nice thing about this is that this is thankfully not a visorless Essence. Mm-hmm. Generally, slightly less than one shot per second is the speed you want to go with.
Yeah, this is a little closer to what we're looking for.
Yeah, you know you've done it correctly when the, oh, that is a bad spot for Essence to be chilling at right now.
Yeah, if it gets to the point where it's supposed to lay the pool and then it's next to the exoskeleton like that, it'll just skip the pool.
Okay, it didn't this time. That was a little tight.
Yeah,
probably
made a little jaunt forward there at the end.
Yeah, probably another meter would have, and that would have resulted in a pool skip.
Okay, probably one more pool will do it here.
Yeah, because usually a pool does about a quarter health.
Yeah, the real indicator is if Fission Metroids spawn with the next pool. That's usually an indication that you can just unload the pool without having to worry about canceling or anything like that.
Yeah, the positioning is good for now, and there are the Fission Metroids.
Mm-hmm. Lock on, unload.
And that will do it. Gollop finishes this race in first place on the restream, second place overall with an official race time GG time of 2:02:04. And with that, at this time, Ridley has also chosen to take a DNF and will forfeit.
So GG's to both of our runners.
Indeed. We will try and see if we can get them both in the booth for an interview. Just a minute. Alright, so they are marked as finished, so hopefully we will, the SG bot will do the rest and help them come in for an interview if they are so inclined. Although one thing I am interested to know of, because the one major item we did not see this seed, and we'll see it in Gollop's credits momentarily, is flamethrower.
Ah, the old validator. Let's
'Cause-
let's speculate here. So we didn't see the lower part of mines. Let's go with what you were saying. MQA.
MQA would be an interesting spot. We are joined by Gollop in the Twitch chat, and we say GG to you, Gollop. Let's see. Weight Buster, Ice Spreader, Flamethrower, Research Lab, Hydra.
Oh, it was
locked by
behind
supers.
the supers.
So yeah, it was interesting the way it started. Beams were pretty early. Bombs were in a really interesting spot considering where gravity was. We did decode the logic for gravity, and it was a little on the wonky side, to say the least. Yeah, we should actually say, because we never did actually, we didn't ever mention that RoboScout did finish first, and RoboScout finished with a 105.46. He mentioned his route earlier. It was, if I could find it, it was starting off in Chozo, went back to Talon again, went to Magmore, cleared Phendrana besides Thardus, late Magmore for to Upper Mines, and then Magma Pool was the last thing on his docket. Might have to do this manually. 1 second, folks.
Yeah, RoboScout mentioning that for their routing, very little time in Chozo, but bailing after the morph. Ah, there we go. And
There.
we are joined by Reed Whaley. So GG's to you.
That's some GG's to everybody else. I don't. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, that morph ball was kind of rude.
Everybody else should have probably got. That's probably about a 2-minute trick on a good day, if that.
I think something we were noticing is that you were doing a lot of L jumps to get to the morph ball. We in our experience we've seen a lot of runners R jump to it, or do a curved R jump.
Yeah, that was bad. That was real bad.
Well,
Despite all that, it looks like you were able to unravel the logic there after you were able to get the morph ball. So it was a trip over into Magmore to get those starting power bombs, which then lead you over to Dynamo for Gravity Suit to get your regular morph ball bombs. But yeah,
that was rude.
Very rude.
Rude seed.
Here, you want to know the icing on the cake? Quite literally, you want to know where Ice Beam was? Research Core.
Oh.
It's like one of the it's one of the most hilarious spots it could possibly be in.
Research Core, really?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was all the way at the end of labs, and it was a one-way trip. But then at least you can get out the other way.
I was just about to head that way, so I mean,
Yeah,
Phase
you always want to go that way with Ice Beam, so it's hard when Ice Beam is located back there.
Yeah, Phase on was in mines, security access A.
okay, at least that's not terrible.
The item locations weren't the absolute craziest. The artifacts were definitely not too bad either today, all things considering.
Oh no, 2 artifacts right off the bat, and then the rest of them were pretty simple.
Yeah, although if you want to know where X-ray was for logical arbor chamber access, it was in biohazard containment. Supers were in hydro access tunnel though.
Oh, okay, that's not too terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of always funny where you so Gollop, your opponent, had done bar skip. We were mentioning Gollop may elect only to do hydro access tunnel, and then of course as soon as those are super missiles, it's like, well, okay, might as well go the rest of the way.
Right.
Biohazard.
And that was, ugh, that was just gross. I'm kicking myself over that grapple ledge. That bothers me. That's one I got to put a lot more practice into, apparently.
Yeah, that is one of the interesting things. So the weekly, the settings, pretty much everything in that main plaza is accessible once you have space jump. The only exception being, of course, the tree there, which you need the super missiles to crack open. So yeah, the space jump is very versatile. So it's it's. And I saw at some point you were trying to do a scan dash to get up there, and we were
At
talking
that
about
point,
it
it
in
was just
chat.
like, why not try anything at this point?
Exactly, but someone in chat did mention that there is a scan dash that you can do. So when you go back to practice it, there you've got at least a couple of different things that you can try and see which one becomes the most comfortable for you.
It's just trying to figure out the actual logic. It's like I didn't even think that was in the trivial logic for that to be there, but
Yeah, there's not a lot of things that are enabled as terms of tricks. Of course, we were arguing too about. I think one of the tricks is also using the standable terrain for that morph ball bomb puzzle and fiery shores to get that spider ball. And I think that we settled on that was included in the trivial logic because you had to get that in order to get your gravity suit to get the bombs. So
yeah,
it's
no,
either
it's
that.
trivial.
Yeah, so because otherwise you would have to have enabled the gravityless for your crash site for bomb access.
Right. I'm not going to complain. That's the first time I even tried that, so I'm really happy with that going as well as it did. But
No, that's very commendable in that case. So that's always the rule here in Metroid Prime is if it looks like it's standable, it probably is, and you certainly prove that.
yeah, no, that was the first time I'd ever even tried that. I was like, you know what? I want to at least try to get Spider Ball while I'm here.
Well, good on you for trying it. And I saw you took up a lava bath. In fact, both of you are runners today, giving us mild heart attacks with the low energy count. I think at one point Golf was down to 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
I know I was down to 5 or 3 a couple of times. Like, nope, I gotta go back for health. Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
Yeah, no,
we
you're
saw that trying.
The Metroid Prime drop system being the Metroid Prime drop system today. It's like, okay, you could have 10 more. Thanks.
Yeah, your geothermal core scared us.
It's like, thanks, Metroid Prime. Appreciate
Yeah,
that. I
have
could
some
use
more
a little bit
missiles.
more than maybe a 10.
Just a typical day at the office, really.
Exactly.
All right.
Aye,
Well,
aye,
as we wind down here, any final thoughts on this on the seed or the game in general?
Oh no, it's a joy to actually be able to get to do these weeklies with you guys and actually get to participate again. And hopefully next week's seed will be at least a little bit less angry with a couple of item placements.
Well, next week is our even weeklies, which for Prime, that means random start, random elevators, and 1 to 3 items. Enjoy.
Oh yeah, always a good time.
And yes, that is hopefully when we will be back with that next Prime Weekly race. We also have our Even Echoes Weekly race on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. We do hope you will join us for that. But, yeah, gentlemen, if that is all, I think we are going to close things out here. So definitely give both of our runners a follow. Gollop and Reed Whaley have put on a fantastic show for you here today.
Yeah, Gollop did.
Aw. I disagree. I think you both put on a good show.
But make sure you follow our trackers too. Cap and is it Quizbowl doing the other side?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, Sasquatch,
yeah.
Sasquatch was doing the track, and we were on the mic.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
yeah,
definitely
follow-
give Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch, the unsung hero, clicking all the buttons, making all those icons light up for you guys today.
Indeed.
It's harder than it looks.
And Quizbowl, thank you so much for joining me here in the booth this afternoon.
Well, Captain, it was always my pleasure. So thank you for being a great co-commentator, and I'll tell everyone out there, go give Captain MD13 a follow.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, folks. Once again, a happy Father's Day. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next mission. Take care.
Take care.
Bye, guys.